Hey YouTube, it's Missing No here for another Transformers review. This time, Transformers Generation 1 Sludge. So as you can see, he's one of the Dinobots. This is the Generation 1 version. Well, there isn't a G2 one. But as you can see, it's like the other Generation 1 Autobots, or I'm sorry, Dinobots. It's kind of a gray with a lot of chrome. So I do like how they have some gold chrome on there too, there and on the head. And I also think it's cool because there's kind of a clear plastic on the outside of the gold on some of the parts. Kind of has a good or a cool looking effect to it. But here he is in his dinosaur mode. Pretty cool dinosaur. He's not super posable, but you can move the back legs and the feet on both of them. But the front legs you can't really move because they're the arms and they're folded up under here, so you can't really do much more than wiggle them. You can get him in a little bit of a pose, but you can also open his mouth and you can see some nice detail in there. There are the teeth, and throughout the head it's pretty good detail. Autobot symbol, rub sign, some good sticker detail too. But you can't really pose them anywhere else. But it's G1, so it's not usually tons of posability. So let's get on to transformation. So what you want to do is start by, well, I suppose you can start, usually start with the tail. And there are these two tabs, kind of, and you can use those to get the tail apart a little bit. And it splits apart. Oh, you know what you also want to do? I forgot. You gotta fold up the legs and then they just kind of push in. Just push them into those gaps there. And then they just kind of stay in there. Same on this side. Then you just flip these up. And then this part can be a little bit hard, but you just take this part and you bring it back. Come on. I'm gonna do it on this side of the camera. There we go. You just bring it back out of there. So you just rip him in half, pretty much. But sometimes, so these plug into there, and then as you bring it up, they kind of slide down and out. It can get a little bit hard to do, but it's pretty easy. And then there's two knee joints, kind of, well, there's a bit of a hip joint. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to split the legs like that. I tab in there and there. They just tab together. And then once you split them apart, just bring them out and then down. Let's see. Same on this side. And then you have his legs done. And then bring out the arms. Bring out the hands. Bring this. There, you have him in weird dinosaur half robot mode. But you just spin this the whole top part around, and then bring this back. It's peeking out. And then I found that the arms, you can have like a perfect, if you put them, I think it's at about this angle on both sides, then you have perfect clearance to be able to bring these two pieces back and totally clear everything without a problem. Sometimes it gets a little bit stuck, but just, you sometimes have to move the arms, but it usually works pretty well. And then just bring the dinosaur head all the way down. And there he is in robot mode. So, as you can see, pretty much the same colors, although he does have some more black, and I do like how a lot of them have the red chest, and it is metal, so that's pretty nice. As you can see, you can there's still some chrome throughout, and these back pieces are a little loose on mine, but pretty cool. He's not super posable, but you can move the arms forward and back, and kind of in and out at the wrist and at the elbow, but there's not much you can do with it. Swivels at the waist, because if it didn't swivel at the waist, who would want this thing? And then the legs are a little bit posable, but you can kind of get a little bit of a pose out of them, but you can bend at the knee on both sides, and then kind of some in and out if you want him, like, I don't know, doing a really wide stance or something. And then you can bend at the second knee for some horrific injuries. So, not super posable, but still pretty darn cool, and pretty good for a Generation 1 figure. So I don't have the gun, the sword, and the missile launcher that came with this guy, but it's a lot like the other Dinobots weapons. I think they were all a bit unique, though, so you can probably just look up pictures of them, but you can just hold them, and yeah. They're a bit like, I actually have with me, these are Generation 2 Snarls weapons, so they're a bit like this. They all have, I think they all have a sword and a gun and a missile launcher, although the G2 ones didn't come with a missile launcher. Either way, so he also has the Diaclone driver thing. So if you want him, you want to stick something in there, you can. It's not big enough for any of its accessories, I don't think, but you can stick something in there, and a bit of a storage space. So, so that's pretty much all there is to say. But I wanted to give a quick zoom in on the face. It's a bit blurry, but it's a pretty nice face sculpt. Good detailing throughout. So that's pretty much all there is to say about this guy. It's a pretty darn cool Generation 1 figure, and I'd definitely recommend him if you're collecting the Dinobots. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.